I chose this genre, historical romance, because for me it's the most pure. It's where romance started. It's the heart of where this genre began, where romance begins. It's always been in a simpler time and place and an escape into the past. That's where, as a young reader, I first discovered romance. And so for me, I think it's a first passion and a lifelong passion at this point, something I enjoy. My current book is A Lady's Pleasure, set in Victorian London. And the book that comes next is Madame's Deception, which is its sequel, which follows up with some lovely secondary characters you meet in that first book. It's part of a trilogy, so there'll actually be a third, A Rogue's Game. So we meet the bad boy in A Lady's Pleasure. Julian will actually meet his match in the third book, so that's lots of fun. I think for me, really, everyone always says, well, I've always told stories or done something since childhood. I think that's always true. But for me, really wanting to be an author, I was probably 1998, sitting at my desk in the cubicle world, and I found myself writing chapters for my coworkers on their lunch hours. And I realized I loved this. I loved storytelling. I loved making people beg for what would happen next, and really just wanted to prove myself and to do this. My father had always lamented that he could have written the next great novel, but never had the time, and I thought, it's not going to happen to me. If I want it, I'm going to do it. And so I decided I am going to write. I'm going to be a writer. And it was just a very funny little transition that happened, but I'm very glad it did. Well, I just became a mom, so it'd be easy to say the baby, but that would be stealing credit from my husband. So I think my greatest achievement was sticking to my guns when I first really, really said, let's do this full time. I actually quit a great job that had health care benefits and all sorts of perks. I did everything you're not supposed to do. Don't quit your day job. Wait, don't throw yourself off the cliff. I threw myself off the cliff and thought that I had a husband who was going to support me and pay the bills while I pursued my dreams. And 6 weeks later, he left me for his secretary. And it was one of those moments where I could have quit. I could have said, go back, and I didn't. I said, nope. I said I was going to do this, and I'm going to do this. And I pursued writing with the same energy that I would have pursued anything else. And in fact, I never looked back. And I just remember that. I remember that my whole life suddenly became positive, not negative. I never lamented anything. And when other people would have been mourning relationships or feeling like, oh, I felt like it was exactly what was supposed to happen. I was supposed to transition into this new exciting life. And that person wasn't right for me to move into this new wonderful phase. It turned out to be the best thing I ever did. So my greatest achievement is that I said, I want to do this. I'm going to do this. And then when things got rough, I didn't give up and I stuck with it. And that's my greatest achievement, I think, no matter what happens.